Hey, what's up, y'all? This is LA Joy, and welcome to Hot Talk Radio. As usual, y'all know I'm in the car, I'm in traffic. Alright, so check this out. So, I know I'm finna hurt some people's feelings. I don't care. I've been wanting to talk about this shit for a long time. I gotta get this shit out of my spirit. I gotta get it off my chest. You hear me? Alright, so check this out. So, y'all ever dated a man and he was cheating on you, but not with like another woman? He was cheating on you with his mother. Mama's boy. Not just like, oh, it's cute, you a mama's boy. Like, nah, like, this nigga got a whole platonic ass relationship, intimate ass platonic ass relationship with his mother. Like, this shit crazy. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. I done been in a couple of situations like that. And I wouldn't necessarily say relationships or what the relationship status was, but I've been in a couple of situations. I just say that like that before. But I done felt myself competing with a man's mama, right? Now, some of those situations in which I found myself competing with a man's mama was just simply because dude did not like me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just didn't like me like that. You know? So, of course, mama gonna always come first. And then there have been some situations where it's like, bro, your mama is way too far out of line. Like, why is she... You know what I mean? Like, the mother would get jealous of you being in her son's life, right? So she feels the need, like a married woman would feel the need to, like, put the side chick in her place kind of situation. It was like one of them situations. But the mother would do that. They'll be real territorial over their son, but it'll be for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? So they'll try to, like, they'll just be doing extra ass shit for, like, no reason. Stuff that they know that's gonna irritate you, you know, but they know they can do it because they know their son ain't gonna say nothing to them about it. You know, just all the way out of line. Or it'd be like situations where the son really honestly think that him paying that much attention to his mother and having her so involved in his life is actually the right thing to do, right? Like, he don't really know how to, like, take the nipple off the titty kind of thing. I mean, take the mouth off the titty kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? And I say, and actually, no. Actually, it's not really the mouth out the titty, really is what it is. It's really more of like, it's really like a lot of boys I see do this. And most of them be from like single parent homes, right? Where the father is not there. So in some way, which probably is like a natural thing, a natural reaction, you know, as a man to protecting the women in his life, he feels some type of obligation to this woman to be there for her in ways that a man was never there for her. So essentially, he just become her man for real. And I see it a lot with like guys that are from single parent homes or broken homes. I see it a lot of guys doing it. I really do. I see a lot of guys do that, you know. And I don't know, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Because, and I'm gonna tell you why it's so crazy, because the boys, they never put their mama in check. Like when boys become men, they'll put the women in check in their life, right? Where everybody's supposed to be, you know, and let them know how they supposed to, you know, how this operation gonna roll. You feel me? But a lot of them never put their mother in check. You know what I mean? And a lot of men, like come from single parent homes. A lot of men literally use their mother as an excuse to never commit to a woman. For real. Because it's like, think about it. She doing everything that a wife would do anyway. She cooking for him, cleaning for him, looking after him, handling his money, giving him life advice, and, you know, all this shit that a woman would do, you know. Now, of course, a mother is supposed to do stuff like that, but then it's like, bruh, this nigga 50, like, He can't do some of this shit for himself. Like, what the fuck is going on, you know? But a lot of the mothers pick up the female, the wife role in a lot of these dudes' lives, right? And a lot of them just never end up committing to like another woman because, you know, why the fuck would he commit to a woman when he already got one? Yeah, he not having sex with her, but he got 3 or 4 other women he can have sex with. But he always still gonna come home to that one consistent woman that ain't gonna never leave his ass. His mama. You know? And it's like, at some point in our culture in the US, you know, it's taught to us that we let our mother go at a certain age. Like when boys become men, when women become girls become women, we gotta let our parents go, you know, at some point. So it's customary in our culture to do that, you know. But a lot of men don't do that. They really don't. And really what got me, and it wasn't like, I don't mind like a man being close with his mother. I really don't. And I don't mind a man, you know, taking his mama out on dates and stuff, you know, and just having fun, you know, doing gentleman stuff with his mother, you know. But when it becomes an obligation to that man to where he feels like he has to pick up husband responsibilities for his mother, it's really like you really are in a polygamous relationship at that point. Like for real. You really are in a polygamous relationship at that point. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It really fucking sucks. It sucks being in that position. You know? Because it's like, you would talk to him and you'd be like, yo, do you mind telling your mother to not do this or not do that or not do this or not do that, right? Because that bothers me, you know. And it's either A, he's ready to establish a life and a family with an actual partner, or B, he's going to defend her behavior because he ain't gonna fix what ain't broke. You know what I mean? He gonna stay in his comfort zone, right? And it's so frustrating. When I say it's so frustrating being with a man like that, it really, really is. And I mean that even like a lot of times from a friend capacity too, because I done had a lot of male friends over time that's like that too. You know, so when I say, and a lot of this don't just come from the men that I've dated, this actually come from like men that I just know, period. But like I've had a lot of male friends like over the period of time, or just males that I've met over a period of time that's really, really like that. Like they either in this situation because they feel their obligation, you know, to need to step up as the man in the household and be that man for their mother, you know. And it's really actually a very sweet thing, but it does take a toll on the relationship because it's hard. I think in like psychologically, I think it's really hard for a lot of those men to form relationships with women because they already got a woman and it's their mama, you know. And they think that what they're doing is honorable. And as a child, you know, growing up, it was honorable. But as a man, it's really just a distraction from you committing and putting yourself out there and taking the risk of actually building a home and a family with somebody else, you know. And that's just the God honest truth. Like, I know many of men who have done that, you know, really for real. And it messes up a lot of, like, these relationships in our community, in my opinion, as black people. Can't speak on nobody else's community because I don't live there. I don't know nothing about y'all. But I do think, like, in the African American community, the mother and son dynamic is really, it's different. It's really different right now. It's really fucking different. And I ain't trying to be mean about it. I'm being for real about it. You know, and I say that because Actually, I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking, but I think some of y'all know what I'm thinking. Like the relationship between mother and son is really fucking close. It's really fucking close, you know. And I just feel like a lot of men use their mother as a scapegoat, as an excuse, as a distraction, not to commit to a woman, right? And I'm finna speak on another situation, another dynamic of this situation, right? And I know a lot of people gonna get mad at me for this, but fuck it, I don't care. Y'all be mad at me for breathing, so who the fuck cares, right? Okay, like a lot of gay men, right, become the version of their mother that they wish that their mother was, as a response to the disappointment that they've seen their mother go through with men in her life. Or they become the version of their mother um, as a response to the disappointment in of the men in their lives, right? I know this sounds crazy, but it's not though. To be honest, it's a defense mechanism, right? You become this strong version of yourself. Um, you become a strong version of somebody else, or that you become the strong version of, like, I forgot what it's called, right? It's an actual disease, to be honest, where it's like you become your alter ego, in order to defend yourself. And a lot of victims that go through traumatic situations, and even a lot of these people that I might be talking about actually went through traumatic situations. It's actually a response to that, you know, those traumatic situations. It's a response mechanism, a coping mechanism to dealing with the trauma, you know, and living on with the trauma. You become a stronger version, or you become the version of this person or this superhero or this public figure, whatever, that you admire or have admiration for. And you become that person, right? You become the person you wish your mother was. You wish you seen her become when she was dealing with men. Or you become the version of the woman that you subconsciously may want to be with, but you're afraid to be with her or committed to her, so you become her. I know this sounds crazy, but it's true though. It happens. I'm not saying it's everybody's reason for being gay. I didn't say that. But I said some men are gay because of their reason. That's what I said. You can say I'm mean if you want to, but if there are a lot of DL men, which means they fake straight, there are a lot of fake gay people too. Say what you want to say. I said it. Cry me a river. Anyway. But yeah, the mother and the son dynamic in this day and time. I don't know if this has always been like this, but it's really fucking weird, you know. But like I've seen, just me watching on TV, I've seen, cause I don't really get off into people lives like that to where I'm watching your every day to day kind of thing, cause my ass be moving around, so I just see glimpses of certain of people's lives, right? Unless I actually live with you. So I don't really know if this is a new thing, you know, or is this something that's been going on for a long time. I think it's really good that a son wants to protect his mother. I think it's really good that a son wants his mother to be happy and feel comfortable and be loved by a man. But a lot of men don't recognize, like, you're her man though. You know what I mean? And here go another thing too, because a lot of guys, like I said, you if his mother, if he is in one of these accidental relationships with his mother, right? That means that she is the main chick. You are the side chick. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what the most fucked up part about that is, right? Is whatever that they daddy did. Let's say that they daddy was one of those Rolling Stones, so he'll come drop by and he'll keep rolling. He literally becomes his father to his mother. and the other women in his life. Like you literally repeating the cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like it might just be you and his mother that he's going back and forth between, but he's literally doing the same thing that he saw his daddy do. He's just doing it in a different aspect. And this way he can have two women and say he committed. You know. Now there is a thing that's called financial polygamy, and most single women I already know about these. A lot of men just getting up on game, but yeah, it is such thing as called financial polygamy. You know what I mean? So every woman plays a role in your life for whatever reason, and you can incorporate your mother in it instead of having another woman. So that's one thing that makes sense. But when I tell you that, back to this dating situation, when I tell you, you can literally be sitting here getting cheated on and beefing with this dude mama because he feels some type of obligation to his mother to be a man to her or be the man that she never had. It's crazy. It's a whole situation. Because what he does is like, she a distraction in a relationship. Really. She's a fucking distraction. So all that energy that he should have been putting into you and building a relationship and moving up in life and y'all working together and building together, you not gonna get that. So you gonna have to settle, really. You really gonna have to settle for the behavior. If he's not going to change it, you're gonna have to settle for the behavior. Because you're never going to be able to build anything for real with him. Because he's not going to be willing to go outside of the relationship that he already has, which is his mother. Until he, and I hate to say this, but until he puts her in check or puts her in her place, you always going to be stuck in place. Because she always going to be number one. For real. And like, it's really, really hard for like a lot of independent women to date mama's boys. Because they so used to playing these little boy ass games and sneaking and ducking and hiding and lying and with shit they can just literally tell the truth about. You know what I'm saying? Just playing fucking games. And you don't, cause that's her child, that's her baby. You know, this nigga can be 55 years old. That's still my baby. That's my baby. No, motherfucker, that's a granddaddy. What the hell's wrong with you? But he gonna be a little boy as long as he possibly can, because this nigga literally got a solid ass bitch by his side that ain't going nowhere. She gonna do whatever she need done. She gonna bun him out of jail. You know what I'm saying? She gonna bun him out of jail. She gonna make sure his kids fed and they taken care of and they raised right. He can still go fuck other bitches if he wants to. Like, I'm telling you, this damn ass bitch, that's his mama. That's his mama. That's his mama. And a lot of women, we stand here worrying about other females that this man talking to. It ain't them. It's their mama. that's the problem. It's the mama. She the wife. You just the side bitch. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna fuck his mama. He gonna fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get all the bad behavior. You the one that's gonna get all the man tantrums. You the one that's gonna get all the disappointments and shit. You wanna know why? Cause he already got a wife. This is mama. For real. And these men really be using their mama as an excuse not to be in a committed relationship. For real, for real. I think it's beautiful that a man takes care of his mother. I really do. And I think it's beautiful that even if a man is close with his mother, and that he allows his mother, to kind of scope out the women that she thinks is best for her son. I love it. But it does become a problem when the man himself, doesn't really know where to put the women in his life. You know what I mean? That's where the problem is. You know what I mean? Like, if you say, hey, baby, can you tell your mama to stop doing this, that, and the third, because it's bothering me, and he chooses his mama over you, just understand, you the side bitch. You are the side bitch. Like, it'll be starting, like, if you was sitting there acting a fool, and just making up irrational things, just to nitpick about pertaining to his mama, yeah, he should choose his mama over you. But if you sitting here having a serious conversation with him, like, hey, can you focus more on us and spend a little bit more time with us, put more into us, and he doesn't want to do it and he refuses to do it, you the side bitch. You just the ass. Because he can't fuck his mama, but he can fuck you. You just the ass. You're the side bitch. And if the nigga ever tell you, you need to stay in your place, you the side bitch. His mama's his wife. And that's some real nigga shit. And yes, 7 times out of 10, you not the only side bitch he got. He got other women. Because once a man feels comfortable managing his mama and managing you, he gonna think, oh, I can add more women to this equation. And so he's going to do that. And if you ever find yourself stuck in a relationship, right? And it's like, oh, this man, he doing everything, on paper. He's doing everything right, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Right? But you still stuck in place. Like, y'all house not getting bigger, y'all cars not changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got, y'all business not growing. Like, you know what I'm saying? He distracted. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's distracted. And it's just a real deal Holyfield. For real. He's distracted. Because why the hell are you not investing in your woman? That's the one that's going to have the kids for you. Your mama's not going to have them kids for you. She might watch them, but she ain't going to have them. She not putting her body at risk. She not already did what she had to do. And had years, enough time to recover. You feel me? Her time is done. I think, like, and I'm going to just keep speaking back on my enemy, right? Like, my enemy, he believes in polyamory, like polygamous relationships, right? And I don't have a problem with it. I think that's okay. But he also is a mama's boy, too. You know what I mean? Because me, like I said, as a single woman, you know how to do financial polygamy. You know what I'm saying? You know how they work. It's two it's ways of doing it, where you can actually grow. But keeping a person in their place, keeping a person in check, trying to break one of these niggas, trying to break a bitch, that's not how we do that. Like, in essence, you got several different types of pimps out here, right? But I'm going to just talk about 2. You got the pimp with the control issues that feel like he got to control everything. And then you got the pimp that know how to manage the people in his camp. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out another better way to say that. Like, you got one that keep everybody in their place, and then you got another pimp that basically, like, they believe in growth and development and growing together. Choices, you make your own decisions. You feel me? Like, it's 2 different types of pimps, and neither one of them is a bad thing. It's just depending on who you want us to go behind. Really. But that's a conversation for another time. Like, you gotta, like, some women are okay being in these relationships, where, the man control everything. I don't like that. Where he control everything, and it's like, oh, well, I gotta live by his rules, and, and, oh, I don't get what I want in a relationship, and, oh, and I'm being treated just like, this, that, and the third, and she gets whatever she wants, but I don't, and, oh, no, I'm not finna deal with this shit. I don't do no relationships like that, for real. I don't do that. I don't believe in it at all. That ain't the type of nigga that I would be with. Like, I feel like women that'll do good with, like, men that who mothers are their wives are women that are complacent type women, you know. But then that wouldn't really work for like go get a grinder type women. Like it just wouldn't really work for them, you know. Because who the fuck want to be with a nigga that got control issues? You know what I'm saying? You trying to keep me in place, keep me in pocket because you know you can't handle your business over here with your mama. Like, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. A lot of these men be chasing like a lot of men too, right? They be chasing. They scared of their mama. They scared of their mama, or they indebted to her in some type of way. So she got control over them in some type of way, or got something like on his ass. You know, like a lot. Like you ever met a man, they got a wife, and you like you know he don't like her ass, but he can't leave her, or he won't leave her, cause he indebted to her in some type of way, or she got something on his ass, or he's scared of her. It's like one of them type of situations too. You know, as far as the mama boy thing. Because it's I done had like some guys, they done did so much stuff and put their mamas through so much stuff to the point where they feel like they owe them more. You know what I'm saying? And they do owe them. You know, they really do. But you know, you giving them things that you should be giving the woman in your life. You know what I'm saying? And then you got like these mothers, those particular type mothers sometimes be the ones that really they'll get in their son ear because they know that his ass is gonna listen to everything that he's saying, to that she's saying, because he trusts her. Right? She doing everything he need done as a man except for fucking him. She literally doing everything that man need done except fucking his ass. That's it. You know? And so it's easy for her to get in his ear. You know what I'm saying? So if she don't like you, he not gonna like you. If she got a problem with you, he got a problem with you. You know? Because just like a man will get to acting erratic and get to acting funny and get to acting weird when he talking to another woman, he'll do the same thing if his mama getting in his ear because she don't like you. He'll do the same fucking thing. I'm telling you. I done seen it many times. For real, for real. But I don't know. I wonder, like, and like I said, I think it's really, really nice. I think it's really cute, you know, that a man has a good relationship with his mother, you know, and he loves her and he looks after her and he takes care of her. But at what point do you invest in what you want as a man, which is to have a family? You know, because if you are going to focus on what you want as a man and you want in your family, you know, to have with the woman that you want, you got to let your mama go. You got to let her do her thing. You can't play both sides of the fence. Because the only way you going to balance by playing both sides of the fence is you going to have to weigh. You're going to be weighed down on both sides. You feel what I'm saying? 'Cause to keep you balanced. You're going to be weighed. You're going to have to carry the weight on both sides. And it's hard to move when the shit heavy. You feel me? So it's just kind of one of them situations, you know. It's really, really one of them situations. For real, for real. A lot of people don't really talk about stuff like that, you know. And it's cool. But it's a real, literal thing. It's a real, literal thing. Like, honestly, I think I'm going to do a podcast, too, about, like, daddy's girls. Like, honestly, this could be a whole series. Because you can do daddy's girls or girls that grow up like their mama or guys that grow up. Like, you can do a whole series on these, right? But it's just this particular topic that just popped in my head that I just chose to talk about. So I'm just talking about it. But, yeah. I think I'm gonna do a follow up on this one, and I'm probably gonna do one that's like daddy's girls, you know, girls that grow up like they did. Oh shit, that's gonna be a good one. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that go. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, yep. I'm just putting some on your man. Like it's men, like it's older men, it's mentors to like younger men. I feel like that's something that older men really need to discuss with younger men. You know, coming from a single parent household, like where to put their priorities. You know, in their life. You know, it's good. Like I said, it's good that a guy is very close with his mother, and he wants to be good to her and make sure she's taken care of. But it's one thing to do that as a son, but when do you realize that you are no longer her son and you are actually her man? You know what I mean? And then the women that you with, you making them angry and mad and bitter and jaded, and they thinking that it's these other bitches that you talking to that's the problem, and it's not. It's really your mama, because you can't let go and actually focus and build with somebody. You know, because if you really, really realize, like a lot of these men that have mama issues like that, they date up. They date up. Because, I mean, honestly, in dating, a woman has always been taught, date up. When you dating a man, date up, you know. But, and it's a reason why we talked it, which is actually similar to this reason of this topic of this conversation. But if you notice, like a lot of these men, they date up. They date women that have more than them. Right? If you ever really notice, a lot of those men date women that have more than they do. Or they packing, or they carrying a big weight so they can add them into the collection, you know, in some type of way. It's a resource to them, you know. Like you gotta really pay attention to stuff like that, for real, for real. Like you really gotta pay attention to stuff like that, for real. Because if you ever feel in your relationship like you struggling to spend time with this man, you struggling to get his attention, you trying to put him up on game, and certain things are happening. Like if you gotta pay attention. Like sometimes the other woman really be his mama. For real, for real. And that's why your relationship is stagnant. That's why it's not going anywhere. That's why you having all these fights. That's why you having all these conflicts. And the other women that you think is the problem, or that he bringing up, or that he talking to, they not the problem. They just another distraction. You know what I'm saying? They just really there to distract you, because this shit's amusing to him. He already got his household set up. He got the woman in the house that ain't finna leave his ass. She finna do everything for his ass, just like she his wife. Except fuck him. And literally, even if you are his girlfriend and you struggling, like, as if he cheating on you, but he with his mama. Like, you're the side piece. Period. You're the side piece, which means you always gonna be stuck in place in their relationship. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad type of relationship to be in, but if you a go-getter type of woman, this is not the relationship that you need to be in, because it's not going to be conducive for you. It's not. It's not going to be productive for your life at all. And you're going to be stagnant, stuck, in place. You ain't going nowhere. And your life is going to dwindle down to his level of comfort. And you still just gonna be the side chick, because he ain't gonna make a move without his mama. And he gonna say, and he literally gonna be like, stay in your place. He gonna be like, my mama, now he gonna be like, I gotta take care of my mama. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And his mama she might be sick or something, but she pretty much well and fine. She can do for herself. You know what I mean? Like, he gonna be making up all these excuses and lies. Like, if you been, like, they come down back to this point, or this thing I keep hearing a lot of men say. They was like, in 6 months, a man know if he want to marry you or not. For real. If after 6 months, you still struggling, You need to. It could potentially be his mama. I'm gonna be for real. And it ain't necessarily, and it might not be that his mama is actually doing this on purpose. It might be, like I said, he might be using his mama as a scapegoat, as a distraction from commitment in life, from commitment from you. And if you really want to confirm it, pay attention to the man. Did he date up when he got with you? Like, was you out of his league when he got with you? I'm not trying to be mean, but this is just stuff that I've peeped out and learned along the way. And like I said, this ain't targeted at none of my exes or anything. I just used it as an example so that you know that I know in fact what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not just spitballing this shit at my ass. Like, nah, I know what I'm talking about because I done been through this before. You know, I know people like this. I done seen people like these, too many situation dynamics. And if you really want to get into it, let's talk about the statistics. You know what I mean? If you really want to get into it, I bet you can list probably 5 reality stars right now that probably got that same problem. If you think I'm fucking lying. Or they didn't openly been through something like this too. As far as us seeing this in real person, seeing this on TV, it's a couple of reality stars that's literally done went through this whole situation too. For real. And then also listen to like a lot of men that be talking about these polygamous relationships and polyamorous relationships. Like, pay attention to them and their background, cause some of these men can actually handle being in a polygamous relationship. Most of these men just doing it because they don't want to leave their mama titty. So really, like, just pay attention to that. For real, pay attention to that. For real. I'm just putting you up on game. It's something to look out for. But anyway, I'm gonna do a follow-up podcast on this, and I'm gonna do it where it's like daddy's girls. Yeah, that one gonna get deep. That one gonna hit different, but it's gonna hit the same, for real. But anyway, alright, y'all. Y'all be great. It's LA. I'll get back at you later. Bye.